9 after the hour 6 on the mighty Metro FM. It is Sports Not Amplified with Andile. I am Andile Ncube. Over the last 3 hours, it was the touchdown brought to you by Matt Al and the touchdown team. They're back again tomorrow between 3 and 6 to give you that special brand that only Metro FM can do. What you've just heard now in the kickoff was the voice of Kaizer Chiefs coach Molefi. I'll play you a little bit more. I've got 3 or more clips from the post-match interview that he did, speaking on positives as well as inconsistencies and Tinkler as well, because Tinkler's record now against Kaizer Chiefs is a really good one. I said it a little bit earlier on the touchdown that Eric Tinkler has now won 12 matches against Kaizer Chiefs in his coaching career. That's more than he has against any other PSL opponent. Cape Town City just seem to have Kaizer Chiefs' number. Because remember, they're the first team in PSL history to win 4 consecutive league games versus Kaizer Chiefs after their matchup last night. But that's not all the show is about today. Malesela comes on, the coach of Baroka Football Club. He comes on with the chairman and owner of Baroka Football Club, Ncube. When you look at what they've been able to do, it is almost mimicking what we see overseas, isn't it? When you look at the infrastructure and the facilities that Ncube has invested in Baroka Football Club, one almost wishes that we could see a lot more of that. I mean, it's brilliant. We see what Sundowns have done, what Kaizer Chiefs have had for years, and, you know, absolutely amazing facility that they've got there. You go down to Cape Town, Ncube, you go to Platinum City, what they used to have there, amazing facilities. But what they've been able to do with Baroka Football Club, including playing at their own stadium, is amazing. We'll get into a team struggling with coming back into the DSTV Premiership at the moment and seeing how they're consolidating that with the facilities that they have. There is currently a game underway right now as we speak. Swallows and Chippa United have played 52 minutes and it's 0-0. But for all of you that want to get in on the chat, a little bit later on at 18:45 exactly, we take your calls on 086 0002160. Your WhatsApp's on 060-552-7303. You can reflect on the Champions League matches from last night. I'll give you the scores in a few. You can reflect on the Kaizer Chiefs game with Cape Town City last night as well. Hey, strap in. It's going to be a good hour. Manchester United going down to Galatasaray by 3-2 in Group A, which means if you take a look at what Group A looks like at the moment, not great for Manchester United, who languish at the bottom. 2 matches yet to win a single point. In Group B, Lens playing Arsenal. Lens overcoming Arsenal by 2-1, despite the Jesus goal that was scored there by Arsenal. PSV Eindhoven drawing with Sevilla. 2-2 in other games in Group C. You had Union Berlin playing SC Braga. 3-2 is how it ended, with Braga taking that one there. Napoli came undone by Real Madrid. Bellingham Jr. as well as Meret scoring the 3 goals there for Real Madrid. And you've got FC Salzburg, who went down to Real Sociedad at home by 2-0. Inter beating Benfica by a single goal. If you take a look at today again, there is going to be Champions League matches. Borussia Dortmund play AC Milan. Newcastle United at home to Paris Saint-Germain. In Group D, you've got Zvezda of France, Germany, who play Young Boys. And then you've got RB Leipzig taking on Manchester City. Royal Antwerp take Shakhtar Donetsk. And you've got FC Porto that play Barcelona. Those are the matches that you can look forward to. The Serbian team in Zvezda that is going to be up against the Young Boys should be a great match, that one too. 16 after the hour 6, there are currently games in the DSTV Premiership as well. One match is on. 57th minute have been played between Morocco Swallows and Chippa United. It remains 0-0. And then you've got Cape Town Spurs that take Supersport United. You've got Richards Bay that play Polokwane City, and Stellenbosch FC that play TS Galaxy. All those matches starting at 7:30. Welcome to it. If you're just joining us, we have Malesela is going to be joining us in a few minutes. But at the moment, we have owner and chairman of Baroka Football Club, Ncube, who now joins us on the line. Ncube, welcome to the show, and it's good to have you.
Thank you very much, and greeting to everybody in your studio.
You know, Ndate Khuriji, I look at Baroka and I'm happy and sad at the same time, because I look at what you guys have done with the global stadium. You know, it's been approved. You can play in it. You host your games in it. It's a complete village, which is what South Africans have been crying for a long time. That teams own their own property. Teams own their own stadiums. Team owns their own facilities. You've got that, which is the positive. The negative for me is not being able to see that at top flight.
Yes, we are just unlucky at the current moment. Because I can't fault the player. They play their heart out, and we just make a small mistake in the opponent punish us, and it's been like that since the beginning of the season. I'm sure which coach then Malesela that will turn that into a positive.
But then, Chairman, if it's just bad luck, then why would you get rid of the coach if it's just bad luck? If it's bad luck that is with the team, or is it bad luck that's with the coach? Because if it's bad luck that's with the team, it doesn't matter who you get, the bad luck will continue. You're not faulting the players, which means you believe the players are good. You're saying that they're getting in there, they're just making small mistakes. Then why get rid of the coach?
No, bad luck can come with so many forms. It can come if you are not doing your things right, and it can come if you are not working harder enough. And it can come if the coach is not mixing the boys correctly. So it comes with a different form.
So do you believe that was the case? The coach was not mixing the boys correctly, maybe was not prepared enough?
I'm saying it's come with many forms. I'm not saying it's one that causes the bad luck, but it comes with many forms. And the boys as well, when you have a coach and you are not winning, they are losing confidence on him as well. And the coach as well, when he's not winning, he's starting to panic. He's making silly mistakes because it's easily provoked. So that it comes with many forms. It's not I can't pinpoint one. Say this is what has caused us the bad luck. But we are giving the goals away. Today we give out the goals away again.
With the new coach.
We work hard to get it.
At the moment, Baroka languishing in 15th position in the first division there, with 6 matches having been played. 2 draws is all they could amass, having lost 4 matches and 1-0. Ndadukurishi, I don't know you to be an emotional hirer and firer, but I look at what's happened. I mean, I look at Vincent Kobola was there. I look at, I think, Noli Bushimuloi after that, and then now Stanford Nkwane, and then Dan Dance Malesela. It's seemingly a long list of coaches now coming out of Baroka.
Yeah, but we give them enough. We give them enough chance. We give them enough time. If we check Kobola, we give him enough games, about 12 games. And Boucher as well, we give him more than 10 games. And the Stan, last year he finished the season with us. Very good. We thought he will start again from what he left last season, but it was not to be. We give the coach enough time and support. But if the results are not coming, we have to make a plan. We have to come with a plan B.
That plan B is now Dan Dance Malesela. Why Dan? What is it about Dan Dance that you thought to yourself, this is the man that can take me back to where I want to be, take me back to the DSTV Premiership?
Dan is experience, and then he won some cups in this league, and he's been in soccer for some time. So I think he's the right man for us, because we are the young team, and with him I can see that we will turn the corner.
You think, though, that your squad, in terms of the players, you think that your squad is good enough? They can win you back promotion? You think that Dan Dance Malesela at the helm is going to be able to, or do you think you need to perhaps bulk up a little bit with players as well?
Dan will give that advice. If the squad is not good enough, it will come from the coach. But by the look of our eyes, with our naked eye, we think the squad is good enough. But if the squad is not good enough, we will also comply with what the coach will recommend.
Dade Mpatlele, when you're hiring Dance, what do you say to him? I want you to do what? What are you hiring him for? I don't want to call it a mandate because, that's not how football works. But you've got to have an ask to say, hey, this is my team and I'd like to see this happen within the next season or 2 seasons or 3 seasons. What is that ask from a Baroka point of view, from Kurishi Mpatlele, the chairman, to Dance when hiring him?
No, he knows. And he can see the team is ambitious. As you said, we've got everything here. So the result must correspond with what we have. We must just have this village and everything here, and then we are on a losing side all the time. I know we will lose some, but we can't lose each and every match.
Yeah,
we need to win more, and then lose less. But it's still the end. It's still the beginning of the season. We only lost 2 games and draw 4, so we still a lot to play for, and it still can turn the corner, and we want to win this league.
So the mandates, basically, I mean, it's a word that we don't like to use, but your goal this season is to win and come back to the DSTV Premiership this season. Yes,
we must win the league, and we go with him in a DSTV Premier League next season.
Is that part of the contract that you've signed with him to say, if you win, we go with you?
Yes, it's part of the agreement, yes.
If you win, we go with you?
Yes.
How many years have you given him to try and win? Is it this year? He must win it this year?
No, this year.
This year?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a guess. That's already sitting on 14 points after 6 games. You're 10 points behind the leaders. You think he can overcome all of that?
Of course. Why not? Definitely. We still about 72 points to play for.
Yeah. Failing which?
I beg you?
Failing which? If he's not able to get you promotion, have you had that conversation?
No, failing which is that we'll cross that bridge when we reach it. But our agreement is he need to win the league. He's here to win the league.
Dada Kurishi, like I said earlier, it's two-sided, this Baroka thing. I really love what you've gone and done with the Global Stadium and the Village Baroka. I think it's something that many PSL teams even should follow suit. Is that pitch, because I know you play your games there now, but if you were to qualify and come back into the DSTV Premiership, is that pitch accredited and qualified by the PSL for games in the DSTV Premiership to be played there as well?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is qualified.
So you'd be playing your DSTV Premiership games in your own stadium?
Definitely, most definitely.
What sort of investment goes into something like that, Kurish?
What sort of investment?
Yeah, I mean, one wonders because there's teams in the DSTV Premiership then one would think have enough money to do it. So I'd love to know, what is the blueprint? How does Kurishi Mpatlele do it?
We have spent the arm and the leg. We don't have the arm and the leg as well.
Just one arm and one leg?
And a leg.
Is it in the hundreds of millions or
now?
Is it in the hundreds of millions or a little bit less?
A lot of millions.
Hundreds or tens?
A lot of millions. I don't want to quantify it, but it's a lot of millions which we have spent here.
And what for you, with the money that you've spent doing that, what for you would be a return on investment? What does that look like? When you've spent as much money as you've spent there, what does the return on investment look like?
To be utilized by my community, to be utilized by the people of this province. And this village is not only meant for us alone. If someone wants to come and play here, it's free to come. People come here and host some festival and book for festival. It's okay. That's what I want. I want to see the venue full being used and have many activities, because here is semi-rural. There's no stadium. There's nothing. So entertainment here is just go to tavern and drink. So I will be very much happy if this venue can be busy on a weekend basis, and people get joy for coming here and enjoy their lives.
Kurishi, you're a leader, par excellent in your community, and I appreciate that. Before I let you go, ke SMS mo mongwe are hey Andile na ke bone project yela only 42 million.
That is his mission.
Is it more or less? Are they on the mic? Are they hot or cold?
Could be more. Could be more.
Kurishi, I wish you the best of luck, you and the entire village. I can't wait to come out there because I think, you need to profile that place. People need to know about the work that you've done, but they'll only be able to see it for what it really is if you're able to come back to the DSTV Premiership. Because I can imagine playing one of the big teams at your stadium there and have your people at that stadium is a dream come true for you and for the people of your village. So we appreciate you and we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very much for the chance to speak to your audience, and I really appreciate.
We appreciate it. Kurishi Mpatlele is the chairman of Baroka Football Club, talking to us about all things Baroka, including hiring Dan Malesela as the new coach. What do you think of that mandate? You need to win us the league. You get into a team that has not won a match yet. 6 games have been played. Well, 5, because he played the 6th one. So 5 games have been played. You haven't won. He gets a draw in his first game. And the mandate is you have to win the league and I will keep you. Contractually, it's written there. I will keep you for the DSTV Premiership. But failing which, we need to have a different conversation. Talk to me. It's 086-000-2160. WhatsApp on 060-552-7303.
Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
Rene Swart, Afrikaans, Setswana and English commentator at the SABC alongside former Springbok prop in Lawrence Sepaka. Everybody's asking the question, are South Africa through to the knockout stages? Lawrence?
You going to the knockout. The Europeans must knock each other out to get to the knockout. That's what needs to happen. The chances of Scotland really qualifying to they're the ones. They probably should go out there and enjoy themselves.
But they can still, Lawrence. That's important to say. It is possible, though.
The court really must be crazy to allow such to happen. But if it does happen.
I agree with Lawrence. I think we can order the meat and the prize for the next over 2 weeks from now, but just bribe before the time, and then you can talk afterwards. No, my personal feeling, we're going to see Ireland and South Africa in the quarterfinals, and that's where the World Cup starts.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Welcome to the Urban Rhythm Revolution.
Listen,
Metro FM.
I'm the greatest of all time.
For all things urban,
I love the station.
it's where you want to be. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
Rene Swart, Afrikaans, Setswana and English commentator at the SABC alongside former Springbok prop in Lawrence Sepaka.
I think the whole nation, when we got the news that Magazole is out, and that he's out for at least 5 weeks, I think the whole nation really had a shiver. I think the call-up of Lucanio is a very good call-up to replace Magazole. It's the same as we got to it with Marx and getting Pollard to come in. Look, if both of those players, Pollard and weren't injured when the 33 was announced, they would have been in the team. A person I spoke to today said to me, the gods must be crazy, but what's going on? I mean, we lost Marx, we lost Mapimpi.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m.
Hey, the US Powerball is making headlines again. Tomorrow morning has a draw at 5 a.m. It's worth 23 billion rand. Yes, 23 billion rand. Make sure you place your bets on lottoland.co.za and you could be the next winner of not just millions but billions. Lottoland changes lives. No person under the age of 18 years permitted to gamble. Operator licenses by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. National Responsibility of Gambling Program toll-free counseling line is 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Winners know when to stop.
All right, here we go.
Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060 552 7303.
Waking up, I'm too turned up.
We'd like to take your calls. We had a great conversation with the owner and chairman there of Baroka Football Club, Kurishi Mpatlele. Dan Dance, are we winning with Dan Dance? I think he could be at training and unable to take our call at the moment. He had promised to talk to us, but Dan is a friend of the room, so he will come through when he can. A little bit earlier on, when we started the show, we played you clips from Kaizer Chiefs coach after they lost yesterday. Here's the one that we played a little bit earlier when we opened the show, and then I'll play you the rest from Eric Tinkler as well as Malesela. But have a listen to this.
I'd say bad results. When you look at the plan going into this game, we're fully aware that a win will give us 2 wins in a row, and we are looking forward to play well and to win this game. But in a game of football, if you don't score goals and then you concede the manner in which we conceded, you are likely to lose the game. But I think if you look at the balance of play, we were very much in the forefront in trying to keep possession and be more offensive. Even after conceding that goal, we piled pressure on the opponents, looking for that equalizer and hopefully looking for a winning goal. But on the day, decision making let us down. Opportunities we created, the set plays we had, became more emotional, and as a result, we could not get that important goal.
That's Malesela, the coach of Kaizer Chiefs after yesterday's loss. Let's go to Nseki now, speaking on inconsistencies.
When we get inconsistent results, no coach or no team will be happy with that. And I think we are working very hard with the players and with everybody to get the rhythm right so that we can build on the confidence. And the confidence that we are talking about is when the team is playing well, you score goals. And scoring goals will win you games. But if you look at the games we drew, the games we lost, we were more on the ball, but we were not converting the chances that we created. And I think it is frustrating.
Let's go now to Eric Tinkler, the coach of Cape Town City, who hasn't had the greatest of starts to the season, but he says this was his plan against Chiefs.
Tough 90 minutes, but we knew it was going to be. 3 days ago, we played the derby under immense pressure. Players had to put in a massive shift, especially after being 1-0 down. But coming to a game like this 3 days later was always going to be a tough ask. So we needed to come up with a solid plan in terms of how we were going to deal with the speed that Chiefs possess. Football team, the way they play, they look to purely hit you on the counter, the ball in behind you. And if you're not set for it, you're going to struggle because the front three are lightning.
Eric Tinkler there, who overcame Kaizer Chiefs. But not only did he overcome them, it seems it's a thing that he does. Eric Tinkler has now won 12 matches against Chiefs in his coaching career, which is more than he has against any other opponent. Dr. Jabu, thank you so much for providing us with those there. Let's go to your calls, but before we do, let's play some voice notes and hear what you've got to say. 2 conversations we've had. One from yesterday, speaking about Kaizer Chiefs has lost. The other, Kurishi Mpatlele, saying that he's built a village not only for his team, but his community, and he can't wait to take PSL games there.
Drop us a voice note on 060 552 7303.
Waking up, I'm too turned up.
Anytime now. They're not playing? Try it again. Okay, seems to be having a problem with our voice notes there, failing to play. So in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll take our calls. Olisa is out in Johannesburg, wants to speak about Kaizer Chiefs. Olisa.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Yeah, no, I'm always good, man. Talk to me.
And Craig, the Kaizer Chiefs have improved over the past 4 to 5 games in terms of keeping the ball. Ball possession was a true reflection of how we conducted ourselves yesterday. The only thing that I think Unsegi missed there was playing Umar, Ox, no Castillo at the same time. I would have preferred one of them to be outside and then bring in an offensive player, Duduze Shabalala or Danzane. Yes, I know and understand that he's trying to take Castillo into that position, but the fact that Castillo has got goals in himself doesn't make him a number 10. We needed someone just to make things happen for us because we were in control of that game.
Clarissa, you're correct. 63% is what Kaizer Chiefs had in terms of ball position in that game. But you're saying you want to see an Ox play with a Castillo, play with a Mart, all in the same middle field?
No. I'm against that idea because they have some similarities. I said one of them should be on the bench, then introduce Mduduzi Mdantsane or Mduduzi Shabalala, a player that is more offensive, natural, because Castillo is not a number 10. Yes, he can move forward.
Yusuf, so Ox, Omar, Castillo, who all started in that game, one should sit on the bench and a creative player should be put on, maybe a Zwane or somebody else is what you're saying essentially.
Exactly, bro.
Okay, no, Ndiagufa. I mean, Mart did come off for Mdantsane a little bit later on. I think it was in the 77th minute. Let's go to Godfrey now. Godfrey is out in Pretoria. Wants to speak about Dance Malesela. Godfrey.
Andile.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm always good, man.
Good. Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Going back to the business of the football, I didn't want to talk much about Kaizer Chiefs because they are blowing hot and cold. So I want to congratulate Coach Dance. You know, he has actually a vast experience, though at lower division, it's very hard. It's not easy. So there it needs a thick-skinned person. And then the other thing, coming to the mandate, Andile, that's an obvious. You know, the owner there was trying to dodge the bullet, always dodge those kind of questions whenever the journalists ask them. The mandate is to get the team promoted. If it's not going to be promoted, he's going to be out.
He said, so you mean in terms of, because he did say he wants the team promoted, but you're saying what he didn't say is if he doesn't promote the team, he's gone.
He will be gone. He was dodging that question.
No,
because
true.
You asked, what will happen if he doesn't get a promotion?
And he said he'll cross that bridge when he gets there. So you're saying that bridge has already been crossed. If he doesn't get promotion, he's out. But do you think it's realistic to ask for that? Is it realistic to ask for a team that hasn't won a game all season long to win the league?
I mean, that's unfair. How many games? He played the 6 ones.
Yeah.
And then he drew the game.
He's 10 points behind.
Exactly. The mandate, according to me, was a little bit unfair because he didn't have a preseason with the team. You know, you need to profile the players. You need to know who is who, so that you know when you start playing, you start the season, you know who to start.
And that's why I wanted Dan on so that I could ask him to say, Dan, why would you take that on? Why wouldn't you say first season, let me understand the system, let me, get the players going, and then second season, perhaps then let's go for gold. But to accept a mandate in the first season for a team that's not winning to win it, I think it's a tough one. But, maybe Dan Dance knows something you and I don't know.
Look, Andile, remember, it's been out of job for a very long time.
This is true.
And you need to feed a family. And for the man of his caliber, honestly speaking, take nothing away from Dan Dance. He's got experience. He's been in a football. He played football. It's not like it's somebody that they just pick up on the street. He knows football. He plays for the big teams, Pirates, Sundowns. So, I mean, my worry is only the mandate, because we know these owners. If you don't deliver, you're out.
Godfrey, you can never say Andile didn't give you enough time on the radio. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Godfrey out in Pretoria. Let's go to Malose. Malose is out in Pretoria. Wants to speak about Chiefs and Baroka. Let's start with Baroka. Malose, what do you want to say about Baroka?
Andile, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Talk to me.
I gather you are alone in the studio, so I'm following protocol by just greeting you. Look, Andile, do you believe in lucky charms? I think Baroka's lucky charm is Kholoko Tobejani. Let them bring him in. Let them bring him in as assistant, something. Let him sit on the bench with Dance Malesela. Dance Malesela is capable of promoting any team. So remember, we didn't know about TS Galaxy until Dance Malesela came into play with TS Galaxy. TS Galaxy got promoted. Let them bring Kholoko Tobejani as something there. He's their lucky chap. Ever since they fired Kholoko Tobejani, Baroka's ship has been going one way, and that has been down, Andile.
Oh, Malose, I'll tell you what, I hope you didn't call us with your own airtime. Team must call you back because I know you still want to speak about Chiefs, but I need to take a very quick break. When I come back, Tsepo, Kwamhlang, I see you. Tebo and Turf, I see you. Kuliso in Alberton, I see you.
Andile, Nicholas in Cape Town. Andile, man. The people from what we call natural disaster, very unfair. They can see what is happening in Naturena. They must go and help there. And they must be accompanied by Cabello GP. Big problem in Naturena. We can't go on like this.
You know, the thing with Kaizer Chiefs at the moment is when you're watching, and perhaps let me leave this to you, but is there an improvement? A lot of you are saying so. Are you seeing that improvement? It might not be goals at the moment, but if you're seeing an improvement, surely that's good enough. Malose, I've been making you hold for too long, man. You spoke about Baroka, now you want to go to Kaizer Chiefs. Very quickly, let's go for it.
Yeah, Andile, look, I think Kaizer Chiefs are not finding each other, man. It's like they're not training together. I'm not saying they don't, but it's like they're not training together because they don't seem to have that training ground combination or set piece or anything of that nature. And I think as a result, these people are preparing Malesela's itinerary. He will be leaving soon. I don't see him completely.
So you don't see an improvement?
I don't. Look, Andile, in a game of football, if it's the league, it's 3 points. If it's a cup, it's a win. So if you are not bringing that, you are not bringing results. Can we improve the whole season? Will improvements bring us to the top 8 or maybe even win the cup? No. But you can't keep on improving. Show improvement by winning games, and you're not doing that. Therefore, there's no improvement for me, Andile. If you're passing the ball around and you are trying, you are hitting the goalpost, it's not an improvement to me. Score goals, win games, you're improving.
Malose, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. And thank you for holding for as long as you did. Let's go to Tebogo. Tebogo, uko Tef. Unyako Chiefs. Tebogo. Hey, I hear you're very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm very.
Talk to me.
Remember the last time we spoke about game management, we spoke about those examples that we played lacking 12 players in front. So that is the same thing that we're experiencing now. Look at the game, Maloma. So most of the balls were being kicked outside the boxes and they were being played right now. So it was much easier for Darren King just get a pass even to the middle of the pitch. You understand? So, and then again, whenever he goes into the game, he goes in that thing, okay, the first half I'm going to read the opponent on how they play and how they are.
Tebogo, you know, I hear what you're saying and you're making a lot of sense, but unfortunately I think I'm the only person that can hear you because your line is not great, man. So we're going to try and get Tebogo to call us again. That line is not back. I want to go to Kuliso. Kuliso's out in Alberton, wants to talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Kuliso.
How are you?
Hey, man, I'm good. How are you?
I'm not good.
Talk to me.
Anyway, last Friday I told you about Chiefs not being a well-coached team. I mean, when last did you see one player from Chiefs on both winger taking one defender?
I saw it 2 games ago. You saw Saile take on against Sundowns. I think it took Ntebogo Mokoena and left him for dust.
Where was he playing last night?
You saw no. You're saying when last? I'm answering your question. You're asking me when last did I see it? I saw Dupree's as well in the last 3 games. Each game I saw him take players on and leave them for dust. So that's to answer your question. But we can talk about last night.
I don't even know what drills they use at practice at Kaizer Chiefs. That team cannot play. They can play 1,000 minutes. They won't score 3 goals. They won't even score 3 goals. But anyways, I'm so happy. I'm so happy Baroka have appointed Odende.
But I want to get into that very quickly when I could, but because you're a football person. We are football. We're sports people. We watch the game with an analytical eye, right? You're watching that Kaizer Chiefs. You're watching them play. Yes, I mean the facts on taking on players. They do take on players. That I can tell you for sure because I saw them. But when you're watching and I tell you all the time, the Chiefs listen. They do. They're listening right now. What, according to you? Because let's not just blame and throw stones and cast. Let's be people that understand football, that talk football. What is the issue at Kaizer Chiefs?
The issue at Kaizer Chiefs is getting players into playing their own strength, good positions. Now, at Chiefs, there's a lot of mixtures there. You're playing 3 players that probably play the same way in Castillo and Umteto. They play similar.
So Ox, Castillo, and Mart. Those are the 3 you're talking about.
They're all number 6. Let's be honest. We're trying to force Castillo to play as a 10 and Mark as a 10.
Do you know what Hlompo Kekana once said? Hlompo once asked, and I still don't quite understand the position that Hlompo played for Sundowns. Whether it's an advanced 6 or an advanced 8, I'm not quite sure what Peter was doing with him. But when you look at, he asked me a question. He says, the position that Castillo plays, does the player who's playing that position score the kind of goals that he's playing? So maybe we just don't understand the position that Castillo is sent to play.
Castillo is two ways smart than the coaching activities at the moment. He's more technical than the coaches. You understand? He gets into spaces because he can read the game better.
Yeah.
He's not coached by teams. He came with those qualities, Andile.
Wow, Kuriso, that's a lot.
You look at Timashian. He could be our star. Just one mistake at the final turf. He's benched. He's a team coach now. He's not gonna play. But you can coach that boy. You give him videos of who's the guy from Sundowns, the left back, Mudiba. You say, look at this guy. Sundowns is coached by a guy who goes into videos of City, who goes into videos of Klopp. He looks at those things. I don't think Ncube does that. I don't think Kaizer Chiefs players are given mandate to say, listen, this week I want you to study Rodrigo, for example.
Unfortunately, we'll never know because they're never going to come here to answer those questions.
Look, you will see. You just see on game time that these guys are coached. I once.
So then, Kuliso, this is the last one that I'm going to have with you because I want to talk to other people, but this is the last one I'm going to ask you. So if you're telling me that the issues at Kaizer Chiefs are coaching and that there's players who are smarter than the coaches, who are more advanced than the coaches, are you saying then get rid of the coach at Kaizer Chiefs and things will change? Because then I'm going to give you the last 7 seasons and say, are you saying that, what's his name? Steve Barker? No, not Steve Barker, man, sorry. Who was the guy that we spoke to here that didn't quite like us? The Englishman.
Okay.
Baxter, not Barker. Baxter. Are you saying Baxter is not a good coach? Are you saying Steve Compella is not a good coach? Are you saying Gavin Hunt is not a good coach?
I'll tell you one thing to be quick, Andile.
Yeah.
With Baxter, Baxter is good, but he came back with the same philosophy of transition, 5 defenders at the back, and PSL had advanced from that.
But take a look at what Gavin Hunt is doing right now. Take a look at what Steve Compella is doing right now. Are you saying these were bad coaches? Because if you're saying the problem is coaches, you've had all of these coaches.
Hunt came at the very wrong time when we were banned in terms of buying players, and he got frustrated. Hunt, let's be honest. If you ask him and to be honest, he was just frustrated. He was just frustrated because of the personnel. You could have 10 chiefs. If you give Gavin Hunt, for example, these players, magical. You will create magic.
Kulisa, we gotta go.
To be quick,
very
my ideal coaches, Calvin Johnson, and then Malesela, Farouk Khan, technical director. You will see the Kaizer Chiefs.
So you want Kevin Johnson, who's already within the Kaizer Chiefs fold, to be the head coach, assisted by Dan Malesela.
It's just a matter of time before he becomes a coach. He came like that.
Wow.
But anyways,
Kuliso, we've got to let you go. We appreciate you. Goodbye. Who else do we have? Tsepo. Tsepo wants to talk about the Cricket World Cup. He's all the way from Guamhlanga. Oh, Tsepo's gone there. Let's go to David. David Waruleni. Selection problem at Orlando Pirates. Let me tell you something, David. When we spoke about Orlando Pirates here on this show, we trended for a while because Orlando Pirates fans were a little bit unhappy about the things that were said by people that come onto the show. Are you saying now that what they were saying was correct? David?
Partially, I can say, hello?
Yes, sir. Please talk to me.
Yes, thank you. Partially, I can say those fans were correct. But what my fear is that the coach seems to be tongue-tied. Somehow, he is afraid to say something that will maybe implement him in the long run or his reputation.
What do you mean? I don't understand that, David. Please, I don't understand.
Because I don't understand. You know why? If the coach can feel a player like the captain, Koki for now, or Van Daar, and you find a player like Pule, it just dumps a senior player for that fact. Tembin Kosilot is a senior player, also on the sideline. You ask yourself, of these people, Innocent Maela, the captain, is on the sideline. These are senior players who should be motivating young guys. But
So you think, David, and I want to get you right here because I don't want to put words in your mouth. What you're saying is there's experienced players that can contribute hugely to Kaizer, to Orlando Pirates, but you don't understand why they're not being selected.
Exactly. You know, my fear is that
when they are fit to play, because Pule and Lodge, they do suffer from chronic injuries, but you're saying when they are fit to play, why are they not playing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, my question is, even the very same players, they seem to be shying away from the media as well, to say, okay, guys, we are injured. They are saying nothing. That also, it clouds a lot of controversy in the whole scenario. We don't know whether the players are injured, or if they are injured, let them come forward and say, no, please don't pressurize the court. We are injured. They are saying nothing.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks so much, David.
And I say something as well.
Go for it, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, today I'm giving you guys time so that you don't complain to say I don't give you time.
Okay. I want to ask you something. Andile, there was an issue with the referees during the Chiefs game. But there were some two incidents during the Pirates game that I believe the guest
Which Pirates game?
is not as dodgy. The Mbuli was supposed to get a red card. The goalkeeper of Sundowns was supposed to play to get a red card, but it's never mentioned though.
We spoke. Okay, let me clarify it for you. We spoke about both incidences here on Mondays when we have Victor Hlungwane, the former referee, and he feels that Mbula should have gotten a red card, and he said that. But he feels that Ronwen Williams did not deserve to get a red card. A yellow card was sufficient, and he says, Doxo, they always speak about Doxo, denying of an obvious goal-scoring position, a goal rather. And he says, opportunity, sorry, that's what the O stands for. He says, when you look at that incident, when Ronwen Williams came out, it was not an obvious goal-scoring opportunity because there were two defenders of Sundowns and the ball was not in position enough for there to be a goal-scoring opportunity. So therefore, a yellow card was enough because it doesn't say that if Ronwen Williams had not interdicted, it would have been a clear goal. So yellow was enough.
Okay, I understand. But that the guest is normally he's shenanigans with Pirates. I'm not saying...
Listen, I'm never going to defend him when he's here on Monday. Yeah. Give us a call and speak directly to him. I give everybody access here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, David. Let's go to Bongi. Bongi is out a whole week. Bongi. Bongi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. Let me give you some news. Do you want some news?
Sure.
Well, I'm going to give you some news. There was a game that was been playing. It was live right now. Swallows was taking on Chippa. It just ended right now as we speak, and it ended 0-0. So there's breaking news for you.
Oh, thanks, Andile. No, I just want to talk about my boys, Kaizer Chiefs.
Go for it.
Sure. It's been chest pains of late supporting Man U and Chiefs. Hey, it's not nice. Right?
Why on Kenya? Why on Kenya? Why?
Hey, it's just pains, Andile. It's just pains only.
No, Chief, listen, Man United, I'm never going to give up. We'll be fine. Talk to me about Chiefs, rather.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
In all honesty, I feel like Chiefs have improved a lot, especially defensively.
Yeah?
From last season. Midfield-wise, we're also quite solid. I still think we need a striker, though. But overall, Chiefs have been playing well.
You know, when Ox was about to be signed, right? When we're speaking about the fact that Chiefs are interested in Ox, Sompo Kekana said that's not the player Chiefs need right now. Chiefs need a striker. And Bamo Ruile from here back to Kobo na Kwampahlel. You know, it was, and this is a Chiefs fan now saying the same thing.
No, we need a striker. I don't think this new guy, what's his name, Gonzalez. Nah, I don't think he's. Well, maybe he's still new. He still needs to get his form up. But no, honestly, I don't see anything happening.
So you don't see anything happening with him up front. You've seen him. You've given him enough time, and you think that time has proven to you that I didn't.
In terms of time, no, I still think we can give him a few more games. But so far what I've seen, it's not up to standard for Chiefs.
Well, Bongi, let's give him those games. You'll tell me when you think it's time. Thank you so much. Let's go to Sibongeleni. Sibongeleni useMathafeni. Sibongeleni.
Unjani ma?
Hey, nangu sengenile lo siso siqoshayo emsakazweni. So khuluma usheshise.
Ake ngitikapu I think appointa Tenten Malesela kwe Baroka, it's a good idea, but when you look at the game they have played this season, I think it's very difficult to see the team maybe getting promoted to the top flight. But knowing Gutenden's with his philosophy, it will be difficult to implement it and then get a quick result with that team. And then coming to the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are let down by same mistake each and every game. They are always conceding in the critical phases of the game, which
happens a lot at Kaizer Chiefs this season. Timmy. Hey, Faith, what did you pay Timmy?
What do you mean, what did I pay him?
Why is he, like, he saw you hang up on people?
Yeah, because he can't help himself. Hi, Timmy.
What, Timmy? We don't hang up on people.
See, he says time. He says
yeah,
time.
yeah.
One thing I love about Timmy is that he understands the time.
Is that new hair?
Let's focus on other things. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Everybody watching right now, this is what
Andile.
I deal with. This is what I deal with.
Happy birthday to you. I just want people to know, because I don't think people know this. You are the nicest.
No,
you
don't
are
do
the
this.
But you really are. Let me give you your moment. You are the nicest. You are the sweetest. You are the kindest. I think a lot of people don't know this. I know it because I know you. But you are the kindest, the most sweetest, the best spirit ever, and you are the most loyal of people. And I love you. I appreciate you. You are just amazing. You're an amazing human being, and I wish you nothing but long life and goodness and wealth and health and just the happiness, because you really bring light and joy to people's lives. So God bless you, and may He prosper you from generation to generation to come.
Thank you very much. I need the health to live long and the wealth, because I've got lots of children. So I'm with you. Got to get out of here. Sports at 10 this evening, 10 to 11 on SABC 1. Please do catch it. The Squat King is going to be with us. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much, Faith, for that song. Got to get out of here. From myself and my entire team, including the lights, camera, action guys, and everybody watching live. Pela. That's all me.